13 days after the Supreme Court nullified last month's presidential election, the Nyeri town legislator now wants the head of the bench, Chief Justice David Maraga, removed for, among other things, allegedly prevailing upon his fellow judges to nullify the result that had given President Uhuru Kenyatta victory. Wambugu alleges that Maraga assembled his 5 colleagues, informing them that he was for invalidating the election, adding that Maraga's preference was devoid of thorough consideration of the evidence presented by parties to the petition. Wambugu accuses Maraga of failing to stick to his earlier promise of delivering a comprehensive reasoning on the day of the verdict and postponing the same for 21 days. He further faults Maraga for neglecting tons of evidential material, quoting the CJ's admission while delivering judgment that the judges had not been able to peruse the entire content for a well-considered ruling.
And we have picked some of the utterances that the Chief Justice himself made, including the fact that he hadn't actually read the volumes of documents that he had received, which for me was one of the moments of which I was like, okay, how do you nullify, how do you do such an epic thing when you haven't actually read all the documents that were given to you? I know, yes, he argued that he did not have enough time, but he made a very dramatic decision, the first decision of this kind in Africa.
Wambugu has also accused Maraga of facilitating infiltration by civil society groups to influence operations of the judiciary. He has specifically listed the International Development Law Organization, an institution he claims to be affiliated to Kenya Human Rights Commission Chair Professor Makau Mutua, whom Wambugu says has been opposed to Kenyatta's presidency.
He ran for president in 2013. He won. They petitioned. They failed. They went after him on the ICC. It failed. So now we have actually seen what can only be called a judicial coup, where the Kenyan people have decided that they want Uhuru Kenyatta as president. And then the Chief Justice, without explaining why, has decided that that election was not fair. It needed to be redone again.
The Judicial Service Commission will have to consider Wambugu's petition, and if satisfied that there are reasonable grounds for Maraga's removal, will have to recommend to the President, who will then constitute a tribunal to investigate Maraga. During such time, the Chief Justice will have to be suspended until conclusion of the tribunal hearings, which if it agrees with Wambugu's grounds, then the CJ would be sacked. The CJ would, however, have the liberty to appeal such a decision at the High Court up to the Supreme Court. Sam Kituku, Citizen, at 1.